It's a fun time to be a Dover fan because today it is going to be Leganes in the Europa Conference League quarter-final, a match, or a tie really, that we should be able to win. And I genuinely think we have ourselves a very good chance of winning the entire competition. Not only that, after the away leg against Leganes, we get to go to Wembley to play Brighton in the semi-final of the FA Cup. A match that we should be able to win, although Brighton are fourth. Then again, saying that, if you look, we did manage... That's the Championship. Brighton are in the Championship. We should definitely be able to win that. I thought they were fourth in the Premier League. That's how much attention I paid to everyone else around us. So we've got a Championship side in the semi-final of the FA Cup. If we win that, it's Aston Villa or Watford. We've got a chance to win that as well. And it gets even better as well because after the Zenit game, we beat Southampton. We beat Arsenal 2-1. We beat Manchester United at 3-2 as well. When it comes to the league table, we're not really going to get too much further up the table. I guess, actually, we could finish fifth. That's kind of the highest we could probably finish. Champions League might be a bit of a stretch unless we win the Europa League too. I think we get Champions League from that. Nope, we get Europa League. Really? You don't get Champions League? You should get Champions League for winning that, surely. The starting lineup then for the Leganes game, the home leg at the Crabbe Athletic Ground. It will be Martins in goal, Mokhtar, Ballo, Ali and Dehan in defence. Campbell and Morgan. Morgan, I'm not so sure on. Do we change Morgan? You don't really have the options. We can play Foster. Let's play Foster in there instead. Darko, Aubert, Schaller and Wooten leading the line. We've dropped Aubert to be the attacking midfielder, basically because of fitness, injuries, and a lot of people who aren't registered for the European competitions because, you know, we can't register too many foreigners. Now, I'm not going to lie. Looking at that Leganes team, I think they're cheating. They've got 3 players called Borja. Look, the full name Borja. That's it, 3 of them. I think they're cheating with that. And what's going to get very confusing, they all play in different positions. One's a striker, one's a central midfielder, one's a right back. They're all over the place. 18 minutes on the clock, and we've got the ball, but it's deep inside our own half, in fact, in our own penalty area. Niels Dehan with the ball. Long ball finds Aubert on the ground to Schaller, who is actually technically our best footballer. Keith Wooten collects it, doesn't score a lot of goals for my liking. Plays a fair amount of football, but doesn't seem to get on the score sheet. Dehan goes for a run, crosses in. It's a strange cross. It's all the way to Mokhtar. He's going to go for a cross towards Schaller. Doesn't win anything. It's going to be a penalty. Right, do we change our penalty taker? Yes, we're doing it. We're doing it. Keith, you're taking a penalty because Aubert can score goals. We know that. If we can get Keith on the score sheet, get a bit of confidence in him, then maybe he's going to get 2 or 3 in this match. Keith Wooten then, from our youth academy, steps up to take the penalty. It's the worst penalty you've ever seen. The goalkeeper didn't even have to dive. It was straight at his feet. We've got a corner. Darko's going to be the man to take it. It's towards Ballo. He heads just wide of the post. If that penalty is what costs us this tie, I am not going to be happy. And I think Keith might be out of the door. It is going to be a free kick for Darko. Decent position, straight down the middle. Curling effort goes over the bar. I don't like the fact their goalkeeper's on a 7.8 now following that penalty save. I would have saved that. Borja with a corner, probably towards Borja in the middle. It's not, it's actually Campbell gets it clear. We've got about 7 minutes left to play of the first half. Borja with lots of space. He's stopped, plays it on the ground. Ballo can calmly clear the ball. Darko to Aubert. Mokhtar. We need to go forward, lads. Going the wrong way. Ballo to Magad Ali with a yellow card to his name. Niels Dehan. Down the left is Schaller. Forster's there. Now Schaller collects. Is he going to go for a run? Stops instead. Okay, fair enough. We're trying to invite as many players forward as we possibly can. Aubert with the ball. Keith is there. And Keith Wooten with his first goal of the season. It should be his second goal of the season, let's be honest. We're 1-0 up against Leganes. And we are starting to make our way into that Europa Conference League semi-final. And it's a semi-final against either Red Star or Academia. I believe that's who we've drawn. I can't remember. I recorded that a couple of days ago. Half-time then, it is 1-0. We are looking like the better side. We should be winning by more than 1 goal. But obviously Keith Wooten can't take penalties. We've got a free kick, which is effectively a short corner. It's towards Forster, but he heads over the bar. We are looking so much better than the scoreline says. I think we should be 2, maybe 3-0 up at this point. We've got a free kick again, much like a corner. Aubert takes it. Ballo's there. It's fallen into the goal. Darko, how have we not scored? How have we not scored? I want VAR. That went in, right? I don't think it went in. Darko's going to take a corner. Crosses it in. Schaller's at the front. Doesn't get on the end of it. Darko's going to collect. But that probably was the whole highlight. Nope, maybe not. Darko's just carrying on. Going for a run all the way through. Ball forward, Shala goes for a headed effort. Mengual with a decent-ish save, and that is the highlight. We've got an XG of 3.65. 3.65 is our XG. We're winning 1-0. Forster to Shala, 3-4-5 maybe in the box. Niels Dehan, the left back, is up there. Can he get that cross away? Does cross it. It's not a good cross. Mokhtar, first time shot from Mokhtar. It's not a first time shot. It's found Shala at the back post, makes it 2-0. That should put at least this match to bed. Not necessarily put the tie to bed though, has it? Jacobo's throw to one of the many Borjas playing for Leganes down the line. We are not going to get there first. We do get there first. Magad Ali is the man, but he gives it away. And Pardo's in on go, and he's hit the post. He's in on go as well, not goal. He's in on go. Right, I think we need to do a change. Although, do we? We don't need to do a change. Everyone looks reasonably fit. We're playing well. We've got some good numbers. Dehan may be struggling when it comes to, I was going to say appearance. It's not appearance. Performance. That's the word I'm trying to say. What's just happened? What has just happened there? So Martins has the goal kick to Ballo, to Forster, across to Campbell, and then Campbell just passes it back to the keeper and Martins lets it go in. How did we... What is Martins doing? There is no way Campbell can take the blame for that. Right, let's do a change or two. Campbell is going to be sacrificed, and it is nothing against his performance when it comes to the own goal. We're also going to take Niels Dehan off for Leandro. So Alexandre is coming on as the ball winner, Leandro as the left back. Do we bring on Fanny as well? We don't. We do bring on Fanny. Fanny's coming on for Magad Ali. It's because he's booked and I'm worried he's going to get a second yellow. Jose Alberto with a free kick is kicked straight into one of their players. This is a shambles. This is an absolute shambles of a football match. Wooten to Leandro. Forster to Wooten. Forward to Aubert. Shala's not going to get there. He's body checked by Naranjo. All the way back with the keeper. Approaching the final 10. Controlled by Mokhtar. Forward to Alexandre, the Brazilian. Lumps it over the top. Absolutely everybody towards Shala. Crosses it in. Darko's coming in at the back. He's not going to get there. Still is a highlight in this. Mokhtar with it down the right. 4 in the box. 1 lurking outside. Shala with a headed effort. Aubert's hit the post. How have we not scored? It should be 6 or 7-1 at this point. It actually should be 6 or 7-0. Aubert with the ball at his feet. Mokhtar, Alexandre, through ball to to Aubert. Shala's there, cleared by Rodriguez. What is going on? The last 2 episodes, we've just had XG everywhere and not scored anywhere near enough goals. 4.8 XG, 2 goals. Free kick from Darko towards Aubert. Great television save from the keeper, even though it was definitely just going to go off the pitch. So we've got about 5 minutes left to play, and I feel like Leganes have got another goal in them. And by another goal, I mean they've got their first goal, and they're actually going to score it themselves. Victor Leandro to Shala, edge of the penalty area. Go for goal, mate. Go for goal. I said goal, not for some guy in the crowd. They've dropped down to 10 men because Borja, one of the 45 Borjas they have in their team, has gone off injured. I don't know what one it is. Maybe it's the right back. Maybe it's their striker. Through ball to Wooten. His shot is blocked. He was offside anyway. Nope, it's a free kick. Okay, fair enough. It's going to be Darko. Curl that in. Top corner, mate. Top bins. Go on. Go on, Darko. Darko, hello? Oh, there you go. It's gone for a curling effort. It is just over the bar. It's going to be 2-1. It's going to be just a 2-1 victory. We've missed a penalty, scored the most shambolic own goal you'll ever see in a game of football, and had an XG of nearly 5.5. We scored twice. I'm going to say that was a bit of a let-off. It did demotivate a couple of people. That's fine. I'm okay with a couple. Can I just point out, I don't use this that often, but this is our shot map for the last 5 games. 123 shots in our last 5 games. That is 25 shots a match. All but 2, obviously. Expected goals 17. Actual goals only 13. If you're getting expected goals of 17, that should be double. Surely we should have scored about 20 goals from those 125 shots. Back for the away leg then, over in Spain, and we are going for a fairly similar starting 11. I think it's going to be Martins in goal, Mokhtar, Ballo, Ali and Dehan in defence, Campbell and Forster in midfield, Darko, Aubert and Shala, with Christians this time leading the line. He missed the last match through, he wasn't injured, he just wasn't match fit, that's why he missed. Although, because Keith did score, I think we might keep Keith in place. In between the Leganes games, we did actually play a league game as well against Aston Villa. We drew 1-1, which is not necessarily the best performance, but let's face it, we're not really focusing on the league anymore. We're all about the Europa Conference League and the FA Cup. Now, I'm hoping this goes a similar way to the Zenit game last episode, where we should have scored a lot in the first one. We didn't. we should score a lot in the second, and we will. That's kind of what I'm hoping to happen. We are 18 minutes in. Schaller to Forster, ball forward towards Wooten, but he's not going to get anywhere near it, and it's all the way back with the keeper. We do need to make sure we win the game, don't we? We can't just kind of hold back and maybe hold out for a draw, because one goal changes this tie completely. Dehan towards Darko, and Darko is there. I thought he might have been offside. I don't think he was. It's 1-0. Darko with a corner now towards Schaller at the front. Back to Darko. Schaller again in the penalty area. I think he's trying to get some space for himself. Ballo, long ranger. No. Off to Campbell on the right. Back to Ballo. I want Ballo to score a worldie. I think that's what I want him to do. He is going to be leaving in the summer, or at the end of his contract. So this is his last hurrah. Schaller with the long range effort. Not a good one. It was a bit of a worm burner. Goes past the keeper's post. Still only 1-0, but 3-1 on aggregate. Elsewhere in the tie that is going to affect us for the semi-finals, it is 1-1 on aggregate. Red Star won the first leg 1-0. Academia winning the second leg 1-0 currently after just 3 minutes. And we are winning our second leg 1-0 as well at half-time. We've had so much more XG than the other team. I say than the other team. Than our goals show. 11 shots, 7 on target. XG of 1.5, 1 goal. Free kick for Aubert towards Darko on the volley. I think he was miles offside. I'm pretty sure everybody was offside. Were they? There's not even a flag. Oh, it was this man. This man here played everybody on. He was running back, and we took the free kick before he could get back in line. On the hour mark, or just before the hour mark, we're going to do a change. Christians is coming on for Schaller because of his injury. What else do we do? Do we do Forster off for Basri? Sure, we'll bring Basri on. He's been out with an injury. He's returned. He should only play about 45 minutes, so I think giving him 30 is decent. Aubert with a cross for us. It's found Christians, and it's found its way into the back of the net. That was a weird highlight. Literally, we didn't see the free kick get won or anything. We just had a free kick, crossed in, Christians is there, heads it into the back of the net. It is 3-0. It's 5-1 on aggregate. We are going through to the semi-final, but we've got no idea who it's going to be against. And maybe Christophe Aubert is going to be missing for it. That's not ideal. Gerard McGill, the, I think, Manchester United loanee, who doesn't really play too much for us, is coming on. Academia have taken the 2-1 lead against Red Star in the overall ties. So it's looking like we're facing the team from Portugal. At the end of the day then, a nice, comfortable victory for us. 3-0 on the night, 5-1 on aggregate. Well done, everybody. Good job. I'm concerned about the injuries. 4 to 7 weeks for Aubert. It's not ideal. He is going to miss a fair amount of football. Schaller 1 to 2 days. Okay, that's fine. We can deal with that. We are playing against Academia. Managed by João Carlos Pereira is his name. They don't have any players. In fact, all of their players are 15, 16 and 17. They've got one 18-year-old who is this man. I'm confused. I'm very confused why they don't have any players. So we can look at their results, and they have literally lost one match all season when it comes to European competitions. But Claudio Carreo is 15 years old, and he scored 2 there. He scored against them, scored a brace there, scored a hat-trick there, a penalty there. I mean, surely at this point, he was 14. He was 14 years old when those games took place. He scored a hat-trick at 14. Anyway, because of that, there's a whole bunch of fixture rearranging. Our run into the end of the season is not easy, is it? Man City, Watford, Leicester and Chelsea. But, I mean, we're not focusing on the league, are we? We're definitely not focusing on the league. It is the Europa League 2. We're now going to go forward in this episode to the other side of the Brighton game, where hopefully we are able to beat Brighton. And we'll set up an FA Cup final and a Europa Conference League final in the next episode. That's the goal. It wasn't the most convincing game of football at Wembley, but we are through to the FA Cup final. 2-0 after extra time. Basri and Forster with the goals in this one. We're going to be playing Aston Villa in the final, which will be in the final ever episode of the Dover Save. We played a fairly decent side. A bit of rotation, obviously, with Petitjean, Igor Giovanni, Farfan and so on. But I think we should have won. I mean, Brighton are a championship side, and they did not play particularly well either. But that is going to do it for this episode. Next episode will be Academia, and apparently Man City in the middle. Top of the table, Man City. We've got Liverpool and Sheffield United in between episodes, which is probably going to be 1 win and 1 defeat. We're just focusing on this now, aren't we? We're just focusing in on the Europa Conference League. The other semi-final is Clermont versus Cluj, which I think is what I predicted in the last episode. I still think we've got a chance. If we can start taking our chances that seem to be falling to us on a plate, we should be able to beat all three of those teams regardless of who we're playing against. Thank you very much for watching this episode. If you did enjoy, do please remember to leave a like. Subscribe to the channel if you are new, and I'll be back next time with the Europa Conference League semi-final.